SBS advises that the following program includes scenes of animal treatment that may concern some viewers.
Americans are warlike people. We have a war on everything. We have a war on disease. We have a war on poverty. We have a war on drugs. Right now, it's rats.
The Norwegian brown rat is a New York City icon. There's thought to be 2 million of them living in New York City. That's 1 for every 4 New Yorkers. Since the pandemic, sightings of the rodent have exploded, and the city's mayor has declared war.
Everyone that knows me, they know one thing: I hate rats. Well, you know what? We're gonna kill rats.
Can this group of volunteer rat hunters and their dogs help turn the tide?
We have enough violence in our city without a bunch of deranged Elmer Fuds running around with dogs who they've tormented into being violent.
So clean New York one rat at a time.
About an hour from New York City, I'm in New Jersey to meet Richard Reynolds, a dog show judge and certified breeder. And so where are the hunters at?
Come on.
At 78 years old, Richard is also a bona fide rat killer. This is an interesting looking dog.
This is a Bedlington Terrier.
He's been hunting the city's rats for 35 years, using a centuries-old technique. He looks way too cute to be a rat killer. He looks like a sheep.
Bedlingtons were designed to be a poacher's dog.
Right.
And they sneak up and they say, come on, I'm not going to bother you. And then, whop.
So he's cute, but he's a silent assassin.
Yeah.
And what about the ones up the back here? Who are they?
This is Rommel. His registered name is Blue Barn Desert Fox. He's about 5 years old, maybe a little more. He's a very, very adept hunter. He's a joy to hunt with.
And what about this one here?
This is Fritz.
He's literally busting out of the cage right now.
This is Rommel's younger brother. These are push dogs. They don't get many rats, but they're the force that enables the other dogs to get the rats.
So these are the front line. They go in and...
They get no credit.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe this guy. Look at him. He just does this over and over and over.
Well, he'll do it all night.
I've never seen a dog do this. That's extraordinary. Why do terriers make good rat hunters?
Because that's what they're bred for. They're fearless, they're tenacious, they're lightning quick. They have a drive that just doesn't stop.
With New York City's rat crisis amongst the worst in the world, Richard believes he's doing a public service.
New York City's infested with rats. They'll feed on garbage, they'll run across the road in front of you and whatever. So we're doing a service. How much you value the service is open to some discussion, but an exterminator is not going to handle rats on the street unless they get paid. We do the same thing for nothing.
With an estimated kill count of over 1,000 rodents, Richard is the de facto leader of a volunteer hunting group. They call themselves the Riders Alley Trencher-Fed Society, also known as RATS. Today, at a farm in New Jersey, the group is hoping to recruit new members.
What we're going to do is test your dog's gameness and hardwired innate inclination to go after quarry, namely rats.
Since the mayor's announcement, Richard's seen new interest from New Yorkers wanting to join.
We're going to shake a rat or two in front of your dog. And if the dog responds to the rat, then it will make the team. And if it doesn't respond to the rats, there's always tomorrow.
Tell me, how bad is the rat problem in New York?
One of the worst there is, I think, in all the cities in the world. It's one of the worst ranked for rats.
You'll walk along and all of a sudden a rat will scoot right in front of you. You know, they scoot up on the side. They're scooting in the street.
They carry disease, they can chew wiring, they can create fires. They are truly a pest. Get that rat, get that rat.
But before they can join a rat hunt, the dogs and their owners must prove their worth.
Get that rat! Get that rat! Oh, girl!
So Richard, what training is happening here today?
This is the absolute first exposure that these dogs have to doing anything useful in their lives. We're simply exposing the dogs to a rat and seeing what their reaction is. Can I see her work a little bit?
Yeah.
And so what skills in particular are you looking at developing?
We call it the epiphany. Come on, good. Put your hand on the cage, Sean. Shake the cage, that's good. When the light goes on and all of a sudden the dog realizes that it has an instinct to hunt.
Put your hand out. Come on, bring her up.
What we're going to do at this point is we're going to conceal the rats in between some plastic bags. How typical of New York City can you get?
Using live rats as bait to train dogs is controversial.
Meru, come get it.
Animal rights groups condemn the practice and claim bait animals suffer unnecessary injury and distress. Watching the dog sort of go for the rat, it does seem a bit stressful.
Oh, not at all.
Good girl.
We have rats that go to sleep while they're being used in a test. They have a long lifespan here. They may live up to 3 years here, where they don't in the wild.
New York City's rat problem is centuries old. But since the pandemic, recorded sightings have soared and are now at an all-time high.
Hey, he's hungry!
Complaints to the city's rat hotline jumped 70% last year after months of empty offices, barren subways, and a slashed sanitation budget.
For far too long, the population of rodents have been able to roam around this city with a level of impunity, and we're saying no to that.
Prompting the mayor to look for a rat czar.
You'll be seeing a lot of me, and a lot less rats.
The war against rats is being waged in a city that's seemingly fraying at the edges. This year, there's been a dramatic increase in major crime, poverty, and homelessness. But for some hardened residents, this is just what life looks like in a city that never sleeps. Hi, Keniel.
Hi.
Keniel Hernandez is a single mother who lives in one of the poorest districts in New York's Lower East Side.
And so I hear you guys have a rat problem. I'm having a rat war with these rats. New York City rats are different.
Those suffering from the worst effects of the rat problem can often be found here in low-income public housing developments.
Take me, show me the problem. Yes, this is where the trash is at. This is where they hang out for the most part. At one point, this whole thing was just filled with piles and piles and piles of garbage. And it became like the epicenter for the rats. Like it was their home, and my window is right here, and I would literally hear them fighting and scrambling, and I started recording, and I would record dozens of them just like they were fighting each other. What I was seeing, I'm like, oh my God, look at all these rats. And these 3 bags of garbage, the rats would be on these 3 bags of garbage. And they run back and forth. Whoa, here's one. Oh. You see it in there? I'm on my tippy toes for whatever reason. I think that's gonna help. Yeah.
Tell me what you're seeing right now.
We are seeing about 3 rats, and they're jumping and fighting. Look at them, they're just playing and chasing each other. And this is what we see on a daily basis.
The infestation in Keniel's building is so bad, the rats have even invaded residents' car engines.
Okay, this is my Jeep, and that's just, it's like their home.
Wow.
No one in there right now.
What is the red stuff?
Oh, the dust is my attempt to spice them out, you know, chili powder and all these things. It makes it like hot to their paws and their fur. But as you can see, it's really not deterring them, so I'm gonna have to probably look for something else.
There are what look to be wet patches on here. What is that?
That is the urine. And then if you look on top of here, that's their body prints. Like
it was lying in this.
Yeah, you can see how they kind of imprinted it.
Wow.
Down there, there's rat poop. And the most telling one is like this rat tail, like slab there, which is kind of gross if you think about it. It just always smells like a rat. Yeah, we could put it down and walk right by it, and it just has like a funky smell.
It's been an ongoing problem. Yeah. And this is what happened to her last car.
Yes, I had a car before this in the same spot, and they ate through my wires and caused an electrical fire, and the whole car burnt down. The whole neighborhood basically we all just watched my car burn, and it was charcoal.
It's not just the rats themselves that are the problem. It's what they leave behind. A toxic cocktail of waste and parasites that can lead to disease. In 2021, 14 New Yorkers contracted leptospirosis, a disease spread by rats. One person died.
I've heard that they're just rats, so this is New York City, deal with it. And that's not the proper answer. All right, show me how to do it.
Are you worried about the health impacts of that for you and your kids?
Yeah, absolutely. We shouldn't be ingesting that. Okay. I might not see the damage now, but maybe I may see damage later in life from ingesting this smell. You know, it's definitely not good.
How you doing?
In Lower Manhattan, Richard is taking me on a tour to identify potential rat sites for the next hunt.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh wow, so that's been completely chewed through.
Okay, that's guaranteed rat action.
According to Richard, the root cause of New York City's rat problem is the endless amount of trash the city produces. About 50,000 tonnes of residential and commercial waste every day. Much of it food waste.
Here's one for you. You don't even have to work very hard at finding that.
That's incredible. Here, trash is left on the sidewalks until a garbage truck comes and hauls it away. So it's all along the street. And so how long will this stuff sit out here for?
I suspect it'll be picked up first thing in the morning, but we don't know how long it's been here.
Probably all weekend.
Probably.
For a rat, the time in between is the golden hour, the time to feed. There it is. Oh my God. That has got to be the largest rat I've ever seen, and it has no fear. It's just come out broad daylight and taken a stroll down the street. It's obviously very comfortable around here and very well fed. If the city is to solve its rat problem, Richard says they must first tackle its trash. But in a city as big as New York, that's not such an easy fix.
Once you say clean up your house, you set all of the city politics in action, you set all people's prejudices in action. Who gets the money? How does it spent? How do you go about doing it? It becomes a political football, and the rats just keep on going the way they've been going for 400 years.
All right, good morning, everybody.
In an attempt to control New York's rat population, the city has embarked on a multi-agency approach to clean up its streets, worth $14.5 million US.
This location is actually in the front. This is going to be on 111th Avenue.
Today, this new Department of Sanitation task force is targeting illegal dumping sites.
This is all illegal dumping, some household materials, some waste, some food containers, food bottles, mattresses. There's a mix of everything in this location. Basically, give a habitat and food and nourishment for rodents and rats.
More than 1,500 of these sites have been identified across the city. And so this isn't the only initiative that the Department of Sanitation is running here to tackle rats. What else are you doing?
We're doing a lot. We're studying containerization to see is it possible to containerize our waste. And we're also drastically reducing the number of hours that trash sits out on our sidewalks.
Australians will be looking at it and going like, why don't you just put this trash in garbage bins? Why isn't it in garbage bins?
New York City is home to 8.8 million people. We're one of the most densely populated areas in the world, and it's a very complicated undertaking we can't just containerize the waste. New Yorkers throw out more than 24 million pounds of trash and recycling every single day. That's a lot of trash. In addition, we have New Yorkers who don't put trash in its proper place, as you saw here today.
Whose responsibility then is it to clean up the trash and fix the rat problem?
Well, it's our responsibility to take away the trash, and we don't have control over what New Yorkers put out, but our 10,000 member workforce is out there every day to pick up whatever comes our way.
The city's health department is also responsible for tackling the rat problem. It's collecting data to identify hotspots and sending inspectors to problem areas. But Richard and his team are intent on more immediate results. So we're here in Harlem in Upper Manhattan right now, and it's about -2 degrees. The dogs are all assembled and it's time to go hunt some rats.
Come on, guys, everybody keep up.
There's an open gate back there if you want to go around. We'll wait.
I'll go around.
Oh, the rats fight back. There's no question about it. The rats are very intelligent, very fast.
Underneath this rat, underneath that door.
You have to understand the rat before you can hunt it.
Where are you?
The rat's programmed behaviors, the rat's responses. They bite.
Oh, they got it.
You've really got to be quick. I mean, within seconds of hitting this trash, a rat flew out and was gone. So these dogs got to be fast.
On occasion, we block their known escape route. It's a very effective way of corralling them.
Right there. All right.
The dogs will sometimes get standing ovations. I've had people come out of the projects and try to give us money for doing it.
Can I pet it?
The reason we've been able to do what we've done is because of the community support.
What do you think of the rat hunters?
Amazing. Yeah, we need that out here.
That part of the project there is called Showtime. You're gonna see why.
The dogs know how to kill the rat instinctively
This is crazy.
by picking it up, shaking it once, and throwing it.
Good girl.
Quick.
Good girl. Jeez.
It's a hat trick. That's a hat trick.
There's 7 or 8 rats in one go.
She still knows how to do it.
Do the dogs ever get injured whilst hunting?
Yes.
You got one.
A rat bite on the tongue, that's common.
Good boy.
Getting bit a few times educates the dog on where to grab the rat.
Who else would be doing this if it wasn't for you guys?
Nobody.
That getting heavy enough for you?
No, it's not. Let's fill it up a little bit more.
As the hunt wraps up, Richard and his team tally their kills.
35. 35. Am I good? 35, I said.
So 35 rats, what do you think of that?
I tell you could come out here every night.
See? Look, you ain't even
We
have
could
to
come back
pop it.
tomorrow night. As a matter of fact, if we do another lap, we'll get another 30. It's out of control. It really is. Everywhere you walk, you see rats like this. So,
Yeah. Do you think you're making a difference with this?
well, you could ask any of the people that live around here, and they all praise us for coming out and helping, because they got to walk by this every day.
Do you ever feel sorry for the rats?
Not at all. Sorry, right. Sorry there wasn't more. Sorry it wasn't 100.
War dogs. War dogs. War dogs. Rats.
Even though Richard and his dogs have the support of the local community, there are some who oppose not just his efforts, but the city's broader war on rats. So Ashley, the mayor has declared a war on rats. I mean, what do you make of that?
To say that we have a rat problem is incorrect. We have a human behavior problem. The city is covered in garbage. There are public trash cans that are overflowing. So killing rats is not the solution. Until we deal with the issues that are attracting the rats, they're just going to keep on coming.
Ashley Byrne is from PETA. That's People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, a controversial animal rights organisation that has advocated against factory farming, fur farming and animal testing. What do you make of those that hunt and kill rats with dogs?
We have enough violence in our city without a bunch of deranged Elmer Fuds running around with dogs who they've tormented into being violent. And just the fact alone of training a dog to viciously attack any animal, it's cruel and it's senseless. There you go.
I think those that are hunting rats with dogs would say that it's no more cruel than other forms of extermination being used. Is it?
Killing rats with dogs means that the rats experience a terrifying run for their lives and then a grisly, bloody, painful attack. And I think the way that the people who participate in it kind of brag about it and portray it is a glorification of violence. And this city has quite enough violence.
Glorifying violence? God, I've never been accused of that. No, I don't think so. It's something we have to do. Does anybody want to die? No. Is it painless? No. Is it amongst the more humane methods? Absolutely.
Is there a humane form of extermination?
If you end up dead, no.
For now, city officials pay no attention to Richard's hunts. Perhaps because their presence on the street gives the impression of victory. However elusive it may ultimately be.
Good scores.
Are we going to solve New York City's rat problem? Not a chance. If I take 30 rats out, if I take 150 rats out, not going to make the slightest difference in the world.